I'm sorry it took me an extra second to go to this stream screen. There. I was reading that comment and trying to read it, like, in my mind I was getting confused. But I love the Elyssia. Snake Elyssia snakes. That one is stumping me. Welcome, hi, hello Richard, hello Lead Ara, hello Ranker, hello Takanashi Jonah, hello Tiberian. How are you guys doing? I personally excited to finish this, but also you know how I'm a perfectionist and that is a constant struggle. Her legs should be longer and thinner. Her legs should be longer and thinner. The legs are wrong. The entire legs are wrong. And I'm just so tired of myself. But I need to fix them. I need to fix the legs. I thought I was done. I thought today I was gonna get to just color. But as I'm staring at it, and the legs are just wrong. And I have to fix them. It's just not okay not to. So anyways, hi, hello. Hi Alfarius, welcome back. Hello Sunni, welcome Kevin. Hi, how are you doing? Surviving. Heatwave hit here, took a cold shower before the stream, and now I'm sitting with the wet rag on my neck, which is surprisingly pleasant. I told you, it's really good. It's really good. As long as you have like really cold water, it's actually a really big solution that people should consider more. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the legs a little bit. I'm gonna hide the collar. Yeah, this, okay. Okay. I'm gonna hide the collar. And I'm really beg that this is not gonna be like a that is not gonna be a difficult fix, because this just occurred to me. Oh fuck! This is what happens when I don't use a million layers. This is the price of my hubris, I guess. I want to make a plastiline warm Ellie. You're not allowed. I don't allow that. I do not allow that. Also, her feet seem broken. No, you think so? I think her feet are fine. Well, not this one. This one is kind of like a mess. But I just drawing fit is hard, and I don't like it. There's a lot wrong with this. I'm gonna be the first to admit there's a lot wrong with this. However, I really do have to reach a point in which I'm just done, or else I'll never freaking finish. And that would not be okay. That would not be good. Okay, let's take these out of the way first. Work on these ones. Work on just this for a second. And then we're gonna be able to see what's what. Because if I just make them a little bit thinner and longer, that's gonna look better. And maybe we can get off scot-free. Just fixing a little bit, you know? Maybe? Hopefully? I really want to get to painting this and stop the entire piece today. I need to be able to post this, man. It's been too long. It's been way too long. I'm tired. I have so many other things to do as well. So many other pieces to do for ARTFIGHT. So it has to stop at some point. The deadline is probably until the end of tomorrow, and I like to draw 3 memes. At least this one. 3 memes. Damn. Yeah, that. It takes me a long time to draw anything. So 3 memes in 1 day sounds impossible. But wishing you the best of luck. Hope that you manage at least one. Really hope that you manage at least one. It's not your character and it's an attack, so push it to out as is. I really want to push it as is, but at the same time, I feel like at the very least, I have to make it anatomically accurate. Because at the very least, it has to reflect well on, like, what I do, you know? Like, what's the point of having spent 2 streams if I'm gonna just push it as quickly as I can instead of, well, if that was the case, I could have done it in 1 stream, which is probably what's gonna happen next week. Next week, I'm gonna try and do the art stream with whatever quality I get, but at least get 1 attack, because by my count of how I've been doing, I'm not gonna be able to surpass the 5 attacks that I did last year, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to surpass, and at my luckiest, it feels like I'm gonna do 5 this year as well. Not very happy about it. It's not even like something I'm hesitant to admit. I'm not very happy about the prospect. But at least they are better quality than last year. Feet certainly don't bend this way. I feel like they do, but I do have to admit that something like this... Wait, let me find it. Something like this curve is probably wrong. Like, this would probably be thicker. Like there-ish. Like, that would make more sense. But you can definitely tilt your feet up. That's how, like, people stretch... That's how people stretch some of their leg muscles, right? Especially when they're getting cramps and stuff. I don't really have the material. I just have to give it shape. No! Does lamia tail count as 1 leg? Not really. They move different. Like, the different muscles, and they move differently. So I wouldn't say that they do. But if you wanted to reduce it to something very simplified, then maybe you could say that. Maybe. Kind of. I'm glad I caught up with the stream and it only took my curfew. Iril Magbana, welcome, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. But also, what do you mean your curfew? Is it too late for you? If it's too late and you should be sleeping, then maybe you should go to sleep instead of sacrificing. Listen, it took me a long time to fix my sleep schedule, so don't sacrifice yourself to be here. Unless that's not what you mean. But if it is, you better be taking good care of yourself. You better be taking good care of yourself, or else. That's my favorite way of doing an empty thread. It's like, or else, and then it's like, or else what? Well, I don't know, fill in the blanks. Don't make me actually make a thread. This is just vaguely ominous. Or else. I sure do hope I can manage one. I really do not get along with speed drawing. Me neither. Last year, ARTFIGHT helped me get a lot faster in my drawing. And I thought this year was gonna be the same. And it kind of has been, but when I'm streaming, it definitely feels a lot harder. So I definitely feel like I've gotten faster. I definitely feel like I've gotten better at the whole speediness thing. But I don't think it reflects all that well on stream either. Also, the color feels wrong. It's the same color though, but for some reason it feels wrong. Well, whatever. Okay, I think that's probably better. Let's put the feet back in those legs, I think. My attempt at a doodle comes across as a poorly drawn, full detail drawing, just as a chibi head shape. Hey, if it works for the meme right now, you just need to focus on that, right? Oh, okay, I have been drawing in the right layer. Oh, no wrong layer yet. No wrong layer yet. Okay. It's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna need to redo the boots. I'm gonna need to adapt the boots at the very least. At the very least, I'm gonna need to grab this as it is. And actually, I think this is in a different layer, so... Yeah, okay. At the very least, I'm gonna have to adapt these things. These boots here. But that may be rather fastish. If I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, we may be able to deal with that without too much issue. But now the feet look too big, don't they? Yeah, they do. Okay, okay. Okay. With a little bit of patience and no panicking. With a little bit of patience and no panicking, this is going to end up working out at some point. Oh, this stream is going great. We barely started and it's already going amazing. How long did it take me? 15 minutes to already start panicking? That's cool. That's cool. What's the point of ARTFIGHT to begin with? There must be several better ways to get your name out there. Well, the point of ARTFIGHT is that it's fun, first of all. And that you get to meet people and that you get to draw without really like any specific expectations. Like not necessarily. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself on this drawing, but I think that is because I'm doing it on stream. Last year I had a lot of fun with some of the pieces when I was like experimenting. Not experimenting, but like allowing myself to try. Well, that is experimenting though. So yeah, a lot of people use ARTFIGHT to experiment, to try things out, because there isn't that much weight to it. You know, if you're working on something for a client, or if you're working on something for your brand, for your portfolio, for your classes, for your whatever, there's always going to be some form of expectation that you're placing on yourself. But when you're doing it for ARTFIGHT, you're doing it for the fun of the event. You're doing it for the, like, the being a part of it, the doing the team effort thing. And that allows you to like put a lot less pressure on whatever you end up doing, which allows you to experiment. I'm really looking for more words in order to say the same thing instead of repeating over and over, but I'm not being able to find any new words. So that's the point. That's the point. It's like experimenting and letting yourself be a little bit free for a little while. And just to clarify, it's not that ARTFIGHT is the only place to do that. They do have events running the entire year. So at any point you could go and have like some or another mini game, mini challenge that you do to relax your wrists and just play around with art. I'm going to delete this detail. I know that it's part of the boot, but I'm gonna take a tiny little bit of an artistic liberty. I do think that the feet are still not okay, like they're still not great, but as long as the legs are better, I think I'm gonna be able to handle it. I think at this point, I just wanna be done with this. I just wanna be done with this drawing. There's so many other characters that I wanted to attack, so at this point I'm just gonna... Besides, it's not like the feet are the main focal point, right? Like, nobody's gonna be looking straight at the feet. The face and the hair and the eyes are a lot more important, right? Right? I'll probably still for a while because it's late and I got summer class 12 hours from now. Keep it up, Elyssia, can't wait! Oh, 12 hours is not a bad amount. then you're not struggling to sleep, right? Because like 12 hours, if you still have to do stuff and then you have to wake up extra early to travel, if you have like 2 hours of travel time, then maybe I would get concerned. But if it's 12 hours from now, I'm guessing you should be fine. I'm guessing you're not sacrificing any sleep, which I would appreciate. I would appreciate to know that you're not sacrificing yourself for this. I hate feet. I know that a lot of people say it for the meme. I think I legitimately do hate feet a lot. I think this is a hill I'm willing to die on. Feet suck. This looks so bad. This looks so bad. What if I make this kind of like smaller? Is that better? Please, lords. Please, Zeus. Please, Artemis. Please tell me that ends up looking better. I don't need it to look realistic. I need it to look acceptable. I'm gonna settle for acceptable. I wanna paint this on the stream. Have you finished any ARTFIGHT stuff outside the stream? I haven't finished, but I did a lot of progress on this one. This is the one that I started as soon as ARTFIGHT started. I decided to challenge myself because I've never done a 2-character interaction kind of piece of art. I do still have some things to fix in it, but this took me so long. It took me so long to figure out how I wanted the poses to be, how I wanted the interlocking, like the interaction between the characters to be, how to make them seem like they're existing on the same space. Like, it took me really, really long. But we're finally kind of there. We're finally kind of there. And then I unfortunately did have to make a pause because I wanted to do that thing for Mavia, and I didn't get it done until July had already started, which took a lot of time out of ARTFIGHT because, you know. And I also had the birthday prep. Basically, I had a lot of things that I had to handle during July, which I wish I hadn't had to handle during July, but it was. So we're not gonna complain about it because it was, and then that's it. So we're just gonna focus on finishing this goddamn boots. This is how I sound when I'm like slowly being driven to insanity. At least the legs are a bit more accurate now. At least they're a bit longer and thinner. At least they're a bit longer and thinner, which is kind of everything we could ask for at this point. I'm not gonna ask for much more. I'm gonna accept this reality. I'm gonna accept this reality and just let it be. It's fine. It's alright. It's okay. Shh. Let's not think about it. Ellie's too concerned by the small details even though her art looks great. Thank you! But yeah, that's me. That's kind of like my defining trait. I am a perfectionist. That is unfortunately my curse. And I probably have many other curses. For example, my stupid palate, tongue, whatever defines taste buds. My stupid taste buds are one of my curses, for sure, 100%. But perfectionism, I think, is a bigger deal. I think perfectionism is an even bigger problem for me. I hate this. But you know what? I think we're almost in decent territory. I think we're almost approaching, you know, territory. if I just do this, maybe of the maybes, I can finally like rest easy-ish. Maybe rest easy-ish. That lot of certainties today. My mental state today is very clear, as you can probably tell. Very determined, but not very. Okay, that's fine. Question mark? Is that fine? Is that acceptable? Okay, Olele, have you Usain bolted the art? Kind of. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I get to color an entire piece of art in one stream, which is exactly what I wanted. Also, welcome, Rexy. I hadn't said goodbye to you. Not a mommy figure yet loves making empty threads to get us to live healthily. Yes, but anyone can do that. Your best friend can do that. Your sister can do that. Your cousin can do that. Your classmate can do that. Your workmate can do that. Every person in your life could try to make you live healthily. So it's not a mommy thing. It's not a mommy thing. And I will not have anyone say anything about it. I'm not gonna have anyone try to convince me otherwise. It's not a mommy thing to try and get people to live healthily. This is not super clean, and I need to also delete this. That's better. Acceptable? Shall we say acceptable? Shall we say acceptable? I think acceptable. Okay. That's what I should be doing, yes, but I am not. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. You mean zombie? Great example are the eyes mentioned on the Discord. All the memes need is colored circles, but these are such high quality and difficult to draw eyes that I can't just draw colored circles. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. There's always a way to, like, simplify a design. I think I'm gonna leave it like that, you guys. Let me speed up the chat so that I see if people are saying that this is acceptable. I need an actual answer. Is this acceptable? Or else, what could I change specifically to make this feed acceptable? Astroman, welcome, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Chat becomes a hive mind in this moment. Why? What did I say? You don't sound like you're having fun. Not in this specific moment, because I really thought that I was gonna start the stream and start coloring. But then I saw the feed. And I crumbled. No one, I'd say, is a bit of a bold claim, but most should not. No one. I already forgot what I mentioned. That's an answer to. It looks like the feet are the furthest forward part of the body, so they are the focal point. I don't think so. I think the face is always the focal point. Looks at alarm set for 8 hours from now. Oh no. Ritesh! Are you sure you should be here? No. Feet suck, that's a hot take right there. It is. I'm standing by it. Welcome, Luvella, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Maybe moving the knees to the height of the skirt. Maybe I could move them a little bit high, but I think now, right now, they're already a little bit better. Like, they're already better. I could make them significantly better by making these, this entire thing a little bit lower. Yeah, this entire thing a little bit lower. Just a tiny bit. So that they look like they're the same length. The legs, I mean. And then I'm gonna move this just a tiny little bit to the side. Perfect. Okay. I know it's not perfect, but it's like where we need it. Okay. That's where we need it. Oh shit. Oh wait. Oh shit. I drew that in the wrong layer. It only took half an hour for me to draw something in the wrong layer. Oh shit. Okay. It's fine. Draw a cloud covering the Elyssia. No! Hello, 911. Yes, that one drawing got her feet bent in a weird way. I'm gonna go to prison because of a bad drawing. Give you a much better pose that would have actually avoided this problem, but you chose to draw yet another figure floating in space. But the other one was also difficult in its own ways, and I was more attracted to this one. It was more dynamic. She's trying to make this a complete figure. She's struggling with it, but she also wants to do it like this. I do! Also, Crumpets, welcome! Hello! I haven't said hello today. Mommy? No, witch, no. No, no. No, no, no. No. Also, welcome. Hi, how are you doing? Your next mission to level up is start drawing backgrounds. Oof, yeah, that's gonna take a while. That's been on my wish list for a long time, my skill wish list for a long time. I'm not talking about the clouds, I'm talking about how I suggested the sitting on a star. Yeah, but that was also difficult in a different way. I want to enjoy the streams before being yeeted to learn martial arts. This is not a meme, please help. Martial arts are cool and I wish I knew them. So I think it's actually really amazing that you're gonna go learn martial arts. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy, but also, damn, Alfarius, that is cool as hell. Elyssia defeat. I'm kind of defeated. If you want an opinion, the boots can be longer and define the spots where the sole of the boot bends. The sole of the foot, like here? Like this bit? Probably. I think the boots are very short though. Because that is the boot. This is already heel. Her right foot is better. Right foot, so this one. Left I draw differently, but in a specific way that I'm unable to describe, so it's good enough, I guess. Good enough is what we're going for. Chibis would be great because you also love them, and you don't have to draw details like arms or even feet. I'm probably gonna end up finishing our fight with a couple chibis, just so that I can get my number of attacks higher. But I think I'm gonna take it as acceptable right as it is. I'm drawing along too. Nice, Retedge. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm not gonna sleep longer than 6 hours anyways, as my brain will start itself way before the time. But you could sleep earlier, maybe. I don't know. I don't wanna feel guilty, but I'm gonna feel guilty a little bit. Okay, let me just... Not there. Let me just come here, delete this. Delete this. Actually, this is stupid. This is easier. There we go. Okay, selection, dilate, selection, dilate. Then deselect everything here. Cool. And I'm gonna do pretty much the exact thing I just did. I'm gonna select outside of the lines. Then I'm gonna invert the selection. Oh, that's very hard to see. Okay, that's better. Then I'm gonna erode. And yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. Because one of the things that I did outside of the stream was I decided to fill in the skin layer. Since there are no transparency layers in this one, when I have no transparency in the drawing at all, I do this thing where I just select the entire figure and I give it a coat of the skin color, so that even if I make mistakes afterwards, I'm not gonna struggle with empty pockets, because that sucks and I hate it. So now that we have the skin, I'm gonna grab... I also made all of the layers that we're gonna need. I made one layer for the skin color. I'm gonna do it by colors because we have such a limited palette. One layer for the skin color, one layer for the white color, one layer for this deep purple, one layer for the hair, and then one layer for the details, which is like this yellow here or anything like this that kind of like goes outside of the structure and the rings. So that should keep it in a way that I can color afterwards rather easily. I'm just noticing that this needs to be erased right there. I'm really happy with how this is looking. I'm really happy, especially with how... I know that you guys don't think that it's quick, but in comparison to most other experiences that I've had drawing, this is rather quick. This is actually legitimately kind of fast in comparison to other other pieces that I've drawn. So I don't know, I'm really happy with the speed that I've attained. So I'm gonna start with the white, I guess. Yeah, I am. And that means all of this needs to get selected. Sometimes I prefer painting by hand, and sometimes I prefer painting by select. I think with the white, it's a little bit annoying to select, but it's not that bad. I can go in and fix it manually, which I'm gonna do in a minute. But it's being rather quick, so we're not gonna complain about it. We are not gonna complain about it. Anything else white that I'm missing? Just the ruffles, the shirt, the arms, and the socks. Oh, now I'm calming down. Now I feel a lot calmer. I'm gonna paint the buttons as well. Just for consistency's sake. I'm feeling a lot calmer now that I'm actually coloring, which is what I wanted to do during this stream. We're gonna... Was that too much? 3 pixels? I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. I think that might have been too much. 2 pixels should be fine. And now I can manually fix any like little holes like this. Wormy is looking good though. No, wait, stop it! Also, thank you. The sole is the bottom part of the shoe. So this, I genuinely don't know how to fix that, so I'm gonna stop stressing about it. If I forget about it until it's all colored, I will not have any way to fix it. Like, basically right now, what I'm going to go for is keep going until it's too late to fix it. Because I need to move forward. I need to move forward. I'm very happy with how several parts of this drawing are coming out, except for the feet. But with most of the drawing, I'm very, very happy. I feel like I'm really getting good at drawing the cheeks that I like in the faces. I think I'm getting better at drawing them really round and pinchable and soft, which is something that I always admire. Well, not always. As I mentioned before, there was a time in my life where I preferred like really straight lines for the head. But for a while now, I prefer the cheeks, and I feel like this is a really nice head shape. I feel like I'm getting really, really better at that. Like a lot better at that. For that, I'm proud. Also at hair. I'm getting better at hair. I think all of the white is fixed now, so let's eye drop from this. I've probably mentioned this many times before, but I don't like whites being pure colors. Right now we're dealing with 6 saturation and 100% brightness. I'm gonna lower that to like a 96. I don't like dealing with full brightness because that stops you from adding highlights later on. I know that it doesn't look super white, but in contrast with everything else, it's gonna... maybe a 97. No, it doesn't change anything, so 96. I'm gonna leave it at 96. It's a little bit dark, but in contrast with everything else, it's gonna look white. So, I don't know, maybe I can change it back later if we don't end up needing any highlights, but I would like to keep the option open. Because I really do enjoy the part of the drawing where I'm just adding highlights, and if the color is pure white, I'm not gonna get to do that, so... I lost the eraser somewhere again. I've been there, however, I also have like 7 erasers available to me at all times because I've been there. Actually, no, I've been there in the sense that instead of losing my eraser, there was this one point in which I was really, really in love with one brand of eraser, one specific eraser. And by was, I mean I still am. And, you know, you draw a lot and then you erase a lot. And then at one point your eraser runs out because that's the circle of life. And then you realize that the local bookstore or supply store, you realize that they don't have your eraser, the eraser that you are patently obsessed with. So you spend a couple of months just going by different brands of erasers, and all of them suck. You keep buying different brands and you keep being very unsatisfied. You keep dropping them and gifting them to friends because you just don't care. You don't want to use that eraser anyways. And then you find your specific brand of eraser in a different store and you buy 15 of them at the same time so that you'll never run out again, and you keep them stashed on one specific place. And so you have erasers for years and years, and you never again buy an eraser for as long as you've been drawing since that happened. I'm sure that's not a very specific tale and everyone can relate. I'm very sure. I'm so sure that everyone can relate to that. This is not by experience, by the way. Definitely not. Mo, what are you doing here? Hi, welcome. How are you? Why aren't you asleep? I see Ellie's drawing some amazing art. Aw, shush. Thank you. Thank you. Hitaris, coloring is way more relaxing than figuring out hands and proportions. Exactly. That's why I'm a bit more calm now. Because like I also really trust in my ability to finish on one stream if we're just coloring. But if I'm having to figure things out, like last time I thought I was gonna finish the entire drawing with lines and everything. And instead I spent 45 minutes figuring out a hand. A hand! So I don't want to go through that again today. And that's why now that I'm actually like moving forward in coloring, I'm feeling more calm. If I'm a little bit rushed right now, it's only because I need to catch up with the chat. But other than that, I'm very fine. Fernando, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. How's your day been? It's doing good. Luna! Hey, Ellie, how's the ARTFIGHT going? Terrible. I've only been able to finish one attack. I'm going to do yours later. Because I definitely will revenge yours. But I need to finish this one today to like get in any semblance of back on track. I like how whenever you draw, it seems like you're trying to solve math problems, which is great. I'm trying to solve myself. I'm trying to solve me every time I draw. I'm trying to get faster, and I'm trying to struggle less with my perfectionism. Every time I draw, it's like that's what I'm externalizing. That's what you can hear me commenting on. But yeah. I will keep going with ARTFIGHT. Thank you, Luna, for coming. Hi. It's been a while since we've talked. I really should go to Ma's Discord and try and get you to talk to me while we draw at some point. It's gonna help. I need anything that can help. I'm actually kind of sick of drawing by now. I'm actually kind of tired because this past few days, it was really a mad rush to finish the gift that I had from Malia in time for her birthday. I was not prepared, and I ended up really having to rush. And when I end up rushing for stuff, like really rushing, it like burns me out really quickly. So right now I am a little bit burnt out on drawing, but I can't stop because it's ARTFIGHT, so I'm gonna have to wait until August, and then I'll stop for a while. Then I'll stop arting for a while, I think. Just to like give myself a rest. I keep staring at my... You know how listening to your own voice or like staring at your own face can sometimes be exhausting in a very particular way? That's how staring at my art is starting to feel. I need to take a break from it. I need to take a break from staring at my own art. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's just what? 1 week? 2 weeks until our fight is over? I'm gonna be able to deal with it. Okay, so... Anything else that we have? Dark purple. We have the earrings which are covered and the boots which I didn't even touch. Oh, but they don't need a lot of fixing. They're pretty fine. Also, this line is unfinished and it's driving me crazy. Maybe with colors I won't be able to notice. Maybe when the colors filled in I won't be able to see it easily. Who are we kidding? I'm definitely gonna be able to see it, but... Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it, Ellie, ignore it, ignore it. Okay. That goes on purple. Oh, the lines are still there. I just need to make them darker. About there should be fine, probably. Yeah, that's... For now, that's fine. We're gonna color them later anyways. So if we're gonna color them later anyways, might as well make them really good right now. Yeah, I think that's better. And all we're missing now is the details on the hair for the flats, which is such a blessing. I love that this character has such a limited color palette. Because it's gonna make this so much easier and hassle-free. I'm gonna do the details manually. I need 97, 96. It's not a bad color. It's not super noticeable, but it's kind of what the design has going for it, so that's what we're gonna do for that. Oh, wait, actually I want a better background for this, just to help me see holes and color compatibility and stuff. Hello, Elyssia, what's crooking? Crooka Gamer, welcome, hi! How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What's crooking is this drawing. That was alright, lol. As I said, it wasn't a personal experience. This is not real anecdote, okay? It's just a very general, vague experience that everyone can relate to, I'm sure. Yep, the analysis and decision making is so interesting. Foreigner, welcome, hi, how are you doing? I know. We've been known. My brain is not the... Yep. My brain sure works in mysterious ways. No, I've been painting it on the skin layer. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna hide the skin layer and paint it on details where it belongs. Also, this is supposed to be yellow and it's supposed to be a different shape, but I don't care because I think the shape is kind of cute, so... And with such a simplified design, it's kind of like already agreed that you're allowed to change elements or like riff them a little bit. Like if someone drew my belt buckles differently, I wouldn't mind it at all, or my sleeves or stuff. Like there are certain details in a design that like you intuitively know that it's okay if they're like redesigned a little bit based on what the artist wants to do. And it really feels like the belt buckles are one such a detail. I would say it is, anyways. At least math brain swap jobs, now it's just girls and lines. Girls and lines, girls and lines, and never math and never numbers. That's never been any different, Crumpets. I've never had a brain that could handle math. But girls, That's another thing. That's an entirely different story. Hans, the true enemy of artists in all universes, indeed. I must see art! Here, let me just zoom out. Let me just zoom out and hold it there while I talk to you guys. Why do I get the impression that Liz's brain looks like a deflated football? Because it probably does! 45 minutes of drawing a hand. A hand! Remembers that I took 4 hours to draw a hand making a peace sign? Listen, I understand the struggle of drawing hands. I 100% understand the struggle of drawing hands. But I had a goal for that stream. I had an entire goal for that stream and it went to hell. I'd love to do an art jam with you sometimes. I would love that, Luna. Seems like Dragon Ball The Breakers has had a release date announced for 14th of October. Good for fans of Dragon Ball. If any of you are fans of Dragon Ball, enjoy. I'm so happy for you. I really don't know anything about Dragon Ball, so I can't get excited. The feet can be fixed and you rotate the weird part and make the connection a little longer. Huh? I don't know what part. Ellie is resisting the influence of Ellie. I am trying to. I am trying to so hard. Oh, I got bunked. Did it show? I need to know because I wasn't paying attention. Did it show? Is the program working? Or is it yet again giving me issues? This looks pretty good already. Like one of those old Maho Shoujo girls. Well, this artist said that they really love drawing things in Maho Shoujo style. So I'm very happy that you're saying that. It's a very big compliment for what I was going for. I'm gonna move this to be bluer. Gonna take this. Yeah, that is fine. I'm gonna manually draw the eyes also on the whites layer. Oh, it is working. I was just spinning. Good to know. Good to know it's working. Spin still works though. It shows. Yes, it worked. Great. Oh no, I wasn't comparing. I was just remembering some painful memories. Yeah, it's the artist trauma. I understand you. I get you. The flowy hair and the outfit frills is really cute. I know, right? It's so cute. It's not my design, so I claim absolutely no credits. You're gonna see the owner of the design when I manage to post it on Twitter. Unless the only link that they have in their ARTFIGHT profile is their ARTFIGHT, in which case you probably are not gonna see the profile because ARTFIGHT is a user-only website. At first I didn't understand it, but after being in ARTFIGHT for a couple of months, I definitely understand why they made it that way. It's a combination of like art theft. There's quite a bit of art theft in the in any art community specifically, but there are so many art communities all in one place that it's like the perfect breeding ground for art theft. And also, the website is not fit to handle very many people joining at once or like browsing it at once. So I understand why they make it kind of like a bit more exclusive by having to have an account in there. The hair I'm gonna do manually because, or at least I'm gonna do the edges manually. Yeah, I'm gonna do the edges manually because when you have so much like these kind of like closed angles, using the select tool can be a nightmare. And it's not going to be accurate. You're going to have a lot of dead pixels everywhere. So I'm going to do the edges manually. And also any part that has a lot of lines like this is better to do manually because it's going to be a hassle. In the end, I'm going to have to do the entire hair manually, to be completely honest. It's probably my least favorite part of filling in the flats doing the hair. But oh well, at least it's looking good. At least I really like how the hair is looking. I've gotten a lot better at drawing hair through the years. If I were to show you guys some of my previous like drawings, there was this one drawing that I was so in the moment. Oh my god. At the time, I was so frustrated that I submitted it to a contest and I didn't win. Because it was a chibi, and I was like, chibis, the one thing that I'm good at. I'm going to ace this contest. And I didn't like the winner, the actual winner. I thought my piece was better, which I still stand by it. I still think my piece was better than the other, like the winner. However, when I look back on it today, I look back at it and it's like, that hair looks like mud. I don't know what I thought I was doing when I colored the hair that way and when I drew the hair that way, but that looks like mud. Not like hair. This is not good. I'm not offended now that I didn't win. I am offended that the other person won though. Because it was really not good. But there were definitely better entries on the contest, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't even remember what the prize was. It was probably something I didn't want that much. Because, like, I never got into contests that were like the prize was money or anything like that, because those are full of actual professional artists that intimidate me a lot and that can do a lot better. So I'm like, I'm not gonna join a contest that I'm destined to lose because look at this art! And I point at like professional artists with like 20 years of experience. So it was probably a contest that had like some menial kind of like non-important prize. But I was still pissed. I don't know, sometimes I could get competitive. A little bit. Just a little bit, just when I'm very confident about something. How far back am I on the chat by now? Okay. Oh, not that bad. It just became Spain without the A. I guess I did. Chibi's the one thing that I'm good at. Now that is a new concept to me. Oh, well, I feel the most confident at chibis because it's the one thing that I've been drawing for the longest. But back then, back when I did join that contest, chibi was the only thing that I felt like I was good at all. And it's probably true. Back then, like it's probably true. Now I've definitely worked hard on learning anatomy and all that stuff. I mean, I'm drawing this live, which I never expected myself to reach a point where I felt comfortable enough drawing live, real time, for others to see. Like, what is that? That to previous past Ellie sounds like a far-off fantasy, a far-off dream, a crazy person talking about what's possible for the future. You know what I mean? Like, back then, I really didn't think I was gonna get here. But back then, chibi was really the only thing that I was good at. And now it's just the thing that I'm most comfortable at, but not necessarily the only thing that I'm willing to draw, even in real time, even live. Me and Kao are both absolutely terrible at chibi. Really? Really? I find it like the easiest thing to do out of all the different things that you could attempt at art. I find it the easiest. Okay, at this point I could probably do a little bit of select tool. Yeah, that's acceptable. What about this side? Oh, that is very acceptable. Yes. It's kind of acceptable. That could be better. Instead of dilating, I had a massive brain fart there. I'm gonna roll it instead, so that I can see exactly where it needs to be filled in. I'm going to take this out because we already painted that, except for this. Go back in. There we go. Now it should be quite easy to finish this off without much hassle. Oh, the eyebrows. What am I gonna do about the eyebrows? Same color? Yeah, same color. Or maybe line color. I think I'm gonna fill them in with lines. I'm gonna paint it with the line colors, but in the details layer. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that seems like it would be the better way to handle it. Possibly. I love this type of cute looking characters since I can't make something like that. I also love this kind of cute characters and it's the only thing that I can do. I've never tried to draw like cool looking character. Lies. I did try once. I've told you already this tale about someone who approached me for VTubing mamaing. And it was like a cool concept. That was the only time I ever well, not ever, but that was the only time in recent skill memory that I attempted to do a character that wasn't cute, but instead like something else. And I'm terrified of what my first attempt at something like threatening would be. I feel like that, like something threatening would be the most humiliating drawing I would ever do because it would look so wrong and like so useless. There's no way I would manage to do anything even remotely resembling threatening, in my opinion. I don't see myself being capable of that. I really don't. Filling in the hair is at the same time my least favorite part and also my favorite part. Because it's kind of cathartic when I give myself the time and like this is cathartic for me. I'm really enjoying this until I remember that I'm supposed to do the entire drawing in what? How long? 1 more hour? Yeah. Then I get kind of stressed. But maybe I'll just stretch the stream a tiny little bit depending on how well I'm doing. There are many things that shouldn't take that long in this drawing, particularly because of the limited color palette, so probably gonna be fine, but not 100% sure about it. I'm pretty sure competitiveness is an inherent trait of humans. Some are more competitive than others. I mentioned that I'm competitive sometimes because most of the times I'm not, especially in regarding to like things like games. I'm really not competitive when it comes to games, unless I'm like on a team effort. I've talked about this before. It's really hard to understand where my limits are for becoming really competitive. But like I did sports, for example, when I was a young snakelet living in my own lamia community. And it's not that I cared about my particular position, right? Like it was an individual sport. It wasn't like a team sport. However, there were different like clubs, right? There were different like I would compete not just against the people that my same coach trained, but also against people from different coaches. And I wasn't so much concerned about my own standings in the competition, but I would try to do my absolute best because of at the end of the year, like the different clubs would get awards based on the average of all of their trainees, basically. And that's when I got really competitive. Like, I couldn't care less when we were competing. Like, if I was the first or second or third, if I was competing against 2 of my own, like, friends that trained with the same coach and were in the same club, right? Like, club mates. But I got really upset if there was someone else in that podium that was from a different club. Because I care more about the team effort than my own individual win. I hope I'm explaining that right, but I'm pretty sure everyone understands what I mean. I'm pretty sure. Funnily enough, chibi is the hardest part for me to draw, yet I've drawn more chibis this past 2 years. Really? You guys struggle more with chibis? I really think that the more accurate anatomy need of normal illustrations is the worst part. I don't know how you guys handle that better than chibis, but surprised. Really surprised. And honestly, respect. Respect, because the reason I ended up like hiding behind the chibi is because you can disregard anatomy and not necessarily have to learn it super well. So I admire the fact that you guys actually tackled anatomy faster than I did. Basically what I'm saying is I'm a coward. It's basically what I'm saying. And this is true not just of horror, but also how I've been tackling challenges most of my life. And it's not bound to stop anytime soon. Every time I approach something new, like the first reaction I have is like, ooh, I don't know, I'm not gonna be good at it. And it's gonna be really difficult. And I'm scared of doing wrong. Which, don't worry, I'm aware of how stupid a mindset it is. And that's why I don't let it stop me. It's like I feel those feelings and I end up having a harder time starting on whatever I was gonna do, but it's not gonna stop me forever. It's just gonna take me a little bit longer to get there. But then I get over myself and it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna be bad. That's like, that's how it works. Now get in there. Now get in there and do the thing. You coward, sheesh. And we're done, okay. That should be almost everything. I kind of forgot the stars. And this thing is in her hair. So for the things in her hair, we're gonna go with this. Which is another 100 brightness. Oh my god, you're killing me here. You're killing me, Soren-san. Why is everything full brightness? Jeez. Gonna do the details and then the shading. Shading is gonna go a lot faster than you think. It's gonna go a lot faster than you think. I've been getting better at the very least of the skin shading. I've been getting a lot better. Now we'll grab that and stars. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, this is gonna work better with select. It's gonna be fine with select, actually. Dilate. I'm a Luna on this one. Screw chibis. Oh my god! Everyone is worse with chibis. Kuma, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I don't think I recognize you, so welcome if it's your first time, and if it's not, I'm very, very sorry. But welcome! I hope you're having a good day. Every time I draw horror, a few days later I look at it and I just feel disappointed. I think you really capture the horror vibe. What about the demon teddy bear? You think that's threatening? I think that's cute. I think the demon teddy bear is more cute than threatening. I think it's like trying to be edgy, but I don't think it's like actually threatening anyone. I think the fact that I honed in on the teddy bear and I made it round and cutesy and Lolita, I think that ends up having more weight. If you think otherwise, though, I would be proud, because that means that I actually could pull off something that I thought I could never, but... Oh, there's single pixel wide holes in the coloring, which for me, it's a death sentence. So let's go back. See, here, look. 2 pixels. This one and this one. Those were wrong, but don't worry everyone, I fixed them. I fixed the glaring issue that everyone was going to notice. It's fixed. Okay. We're done with the flats. No, that's a lie. We're not done with the flats. I'm going to do a slightly darker version of the purple for the soles in the detail layer. Selection. Yeah, okay. Oh god, another pixel! It's fine, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it in a second. Could be fine. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I guess this is gonna have to do. Just a very slight difference. It's not my favorite. But it's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to. So that's all the flats. I'm gonna catch up with the chat and then we're gonna do the shading of the skin. I watched the VOD about you using Clip Studio. How is it so far and have you gone back to it lately? I use it every now and then for effect brushes. Unfortunately, I haven't tinkered with the lines enough to make it comfortable for me. But I really enjoy some of the brushes that I've downloaded and some of the brushes that I keep finding, which are so good. How's the new camera working? I'm almost done with getting myself a new setup for it because I still haven't used it because I need a proper like physical setup. I don't have the space on my desk to have like a tripod or anything. So what I need to do is a very custom solution, and I'm almost ready to get it. I'm gonna get something 3D printed that I sort of devised with the help of my friends. But the 3D printer that I have nearby and that is kind of monetarily not terrible for me, that is unfortunately clogged or broken or something. So I'm waiting until it gets fixed, which shouldn't take long, but it's coming real soon. Hi Ellie, hello Kimberly Vong, welcome. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Interesting. Maybe competitiveness is not inherent but situational. In my case, it is. In my case, it's very situational. Trying new things and doing studies tends to help rewire those creative juices. Yeah, the demon teddy bear is really cute, but horror is subjective, I guess. I would count it as cute more than anything else. Doesn't she have freckles too? It kind of looks like it because of the stylization of this piece, but the other examples, I don't think they had freckles. The other examples that were on the page. I'm gonna check at the very end because that's something that's very easy to add anyways, so I won't mind it. Let's see if this shade is enough for shading or if it's too tame. I think it's too tame. I want to make it a little bit darker. And I want to make it a little bit more vibrant. Redder. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the soft shade. Soft shade, a little bit here, a little bit here. Just to give it that sense of roundness, just to give it that sense of being a three-dimensional kind of shape. A little bit deeper here because it is, after all, a fold. We give it that three-dimensionality. Anything that is kind of cylindrical needs to have the brightest things in the center because that is the thing that is closest to the light source. Not exactly closest to the light source, but it's to give it that cylindrical shape. I I don't know how to explain. What I'm doing here is drawing, not wording. What you want to come for explosion? Explanations. Oh my god, brain. I know that we're joking about not being able to explain stuff, but at least use real words. We're just trying to go for giving everything a little bit of roundness. It needs to feel a little bit round. So we're gonna do the edges to give them that feeling of having volume. My brain is having all sorts of strokes today. Can you like increase selection width by a pixel and color it in? A pixel! Thank you, Rixie. Oh, I lost the color of the... Shit, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. I missed the I lost the color. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna find it again. It's not gonna be the exact same, but it's gonna be similar enough. It's gonna be similar enough. It needs to be a bit darker. Yeah, that's kind of similar enough to what I was using. It's gonna be fine. I don't think the teddy bear is horror. More like cool, kind of threatening. You think so? You think she's cool? That's a really big compliment for me. That's a really big compliment. That means a lot. That's maybe too much. We're gonna tone it down a little bit. Add a little bit here as well. We're gonna do the neck. There we go. And this is something new that I learned. This next step is something new that I learned. Oh wait, let me do the legs first so that I don't have to change color. Although I should probably save it for any fixes that I need to do. I'm gonna save it in a second. I'm gonna do the legs first, then I'm gonna save the color. And I'm gonna show you what I've learned in a class, kind of. A tutorial stream by an artist that I really admire. That I really like their style. Okay. I'm gonna save the color. I'm gonna put it right here. We have the skin color and my blush color. Not blush, sorry, shadow color. Okay. And now that that's saved, so something that I've learned in this class is I'm gonna select the head. Only the head. Grab the airbrush. Make it not dense at all. And lightly give it like a gradient. It needs to be very subtle. Barely visible. Barely visible gradient. From the bottom, darker in the bottom and lighter at the top. And that already, like, it sounds like such a little deal, like such a nothing kind of trick, but I swear it has changed a lot for me. Like, I really like the result it gives me. And then I also end up doing it on other spots. Like here. It needs to be very subtle, and then at strong edges like this, I'll blur it. And I forgot this area. Okay. Now, that's for the soft shading. which is already adding a lot. That's for the soft shading. Now I'm gonna do the hard shading. And the other thing that I've learned lately is that I need to be bolder with the bangs shadows. Normally I was like kind of scared about them because like they need to make sense. They need to make sense with the light and everything. And you know what? No, they fucking don't. Some of my favorite art has bangs that make no sense for one source of light. Like, is the light here? Is the light here? Is the light here? I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn anymore. I used to. But now, every time I look at art and I specifically like try to figure out, okay, where's the light coming from if I look at the bangs? And the bangs shadow. It makes no sense with the rest of the drawing. So, I've decided to stop caring and just do bolder shadows. Period. The bangs are gonna have bolder shadows. In fact, I'll add a streak that isn't even there in the first place. Why not? I don't care. We've stopped caring. I'm just using Krita. The only real problem I have with it is it does not really have a good brush for doing all those triangle shapes people do in highlighting. You can download brushes, I'm pretty sure, for Krita. Try to look for brushes because I'm pretty sure there are some. Imagine having space in your desk. I know, right? I absolutely have zero space in my desk, so that's why I'm having to come up with a custom solution. Everything else I love how Krita is, how the workflow is handled. Yeah, Krita is really good. I personally, my favorite thing about Krita is the symmetry tools. The circle symmetry is really cool. It has really good ruler tools. It's a program that I really appreciate, honestly. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna add one here because why not? And in this one, so I'm gonna put them on the bottom because that's how I feel like. That's what I feel like doing right now. Nobody's gonna stop me. Oh, I guess this would also be strong shadow. Yeah, okay. The edges of the face a little bit. But the edges of the face we're gonna blur. And a shape for something like this for the neck. Okay, it could be bolder. It could be bolder, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it could be a little bit bolder. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, I'm here to lead, not to read. Welcome, Seth! Welcome, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Well, explosions in our stream would be pretty unique. It would be. I wonder how I could do that. I wonder. Cue Mr. Tong. Explosions? Not Tong, Torg. Who is Mr. Torg? I don't know that. I don't know that reference. Also, my young cat pulled down a wet t-shirt from a drying rack and is rolling in it for at least 15 minutes. That cat is not gonna smell good. If I were you, I would stop that cat because I don't think that's gonna end up well for you. I don't think you're going to enjoy that taste. Yeah, I think I would stop that. If I were you, I would not let that continue. Adding some strong shadow here. Then just a little bit on this side for the sleeves. But mostly on this side for the sleeves. And I'm seeing that forgot some white, which is fine. We're gonna figure it out in a second. First, I wanna finish this. And anything else that needs strong shadows? Yes, the fingers. This finger's here and this finger's there. Anything else? Oh yeah, this! Boop, 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 boop. We're not gonna do the entire skirt again. We are not gonna do the entire skirt again. You have no idea how long that took me. That was annoying. That was very annoying. So we're gonna do just like random circles. Boop, 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 boop. And then go in with smaller circles. And kind of like make it look a little bit like the skirt. But mostly it's just like... It's gonna be blurred anyway, so whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, anything else? No. We can get to blurring. Blurring all of this dark hard shadows that I just made. Blurring them just a little bit so that it looks soft and supple. Because it is skin after all, so it should not look like a hard metal in regards to like shades. What are we drawing today? More magical worm girls? I will kill you, Officer Hotpants. Welcome! Hi, hello! How are you doing? I hope it's good. I hope it's good. And not necessarily that you're getting karma for being mean to me. But no, yeah, joking aside, I hope you're doing good. What are we doing? We're trying to finish Soren for the person Soren-san in Team Wither on ARTFIGHT. We're really doing our best to finish it today, because Lord knows I'm running out of patience. I don't know if I can keep my mind sane if I don't finish at least one more attack soon. Okay, maybe I don't want to have that one blurred. And this. And these. This could be a little bit more blurred. And this is gonna get all blurred. And this is gonna get a little bit more painted because I am noticing that I left quite a bit, quite a bunch of holes. And he's saying if you should pull down a towel. No, stop him! Stop your cat! Why are you letting your cat do everything that he wants? No, he's gonna ruin your room. Or why are you having towels in your room? Actually, I'm confused. I keep mine in the bathroom or in the bathroom closet. How about everyone else? Okay, okie dokie. That's not looking great. I want to add a couple more shadows here, although it makes no sense based on the light, but we're not gonna care. And here. That's better. So maybe I'll add some on the edges, because it's looking a little bit too flat for my taste right now. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more exaggerated. Oh yeah, and this would be more organic. And that's better. So now this is the hard shade. And now I'm gonna grab that same hard shade. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna move the bottom one. No, I'm gonna... okay, I'm not gonna duplicate it. I'm just gonna grab this, the neck, specifically. I'm gonna duplicate it, move the bottom one down, paint it redder. Paint it. Hey, I thought I had... Oh, I need to lock it, stupid. There we go. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna delete the edges so that it blends in perfectly with the top. That little red edge is something that I've seen everywhere. Every artist that I love gives the some specific shadows a little bit of a red edge, and it looks so freaking good, and I had never done it, and I don't know why. It's not even that hard. It's just adding a little bit of a red edge. Now we can do funky things like adding a little bit of purple to the shadow that way, a little bit of plainness on this side, just to make it a bit more interesting. I failed to consider that I hadn't locked this part. I also failed to see that I was leaving a hole right there. Okay, cool. Cool. Now we just need 2 more segments for the skin. Blush, which is the one that really ties everything together. Nothing like a good blush to make the skin look alive and to show me that I failed to fill the whites properly. Wow. The white flats were very bad this time around. I really didn't do a proper job. John Arts, welcome! Did I say hello to you today? Welcome! I don't know. I'm so focused on this that I have no idea. I'm very sorry if I didn't. Welcome, hi! Pretty cool trick. I don't know what I said, but yes. It's a good trick. You should apply it. Whatever it is that I said. Whatever it is that I said. You're welcome. Okay. And let me try to catch up really cool. I have space on my desk. It's just underneath the keyboard, mic, TV, light, phone, and other clutter. Ah, yeah, so you have the space that you already have in use. That's kind of like the worst kind of space to have, because then you don't get to use it. I did it again. I replaced I had a blush color selected already, and I replaced it. Great, okay, that's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Does the blush look kind of like equal in both sides? It doesn't mean that it's gonna stay that way, because it's not gonna. We're gonna erode it. But it needs to look kind of equal in both sides. And I think it does. So now that it does, I'm gonna add blush in the shoulder area, because it tends to look huge, except it's not looking huge. It doesn't need to be redder. It definitely needs to be redder. Yes, okay. Red on the shoulders. Little bit. Oh, red on the ears. I haven't even... I forgot the ears. I forgot to shade the ears. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna go back. We have... Oh, I forgot to set my colors. That's why I'm struggling so much with shades. We have the blush color right here and the shade color right here. If I wanted it, if I needed it, and I do. On the hard, I'm gonna do these inner parts. On the soft, I'm gonna do just a little bit of like, just a little bit of, you know, give it a little bit of depth Just a tiny little bit. Not going to care too much about it. And then we keep going with the blush. Blush on the knees. Blush on the fingertips. I would say blush is my secret weapon, but it's not. It's just that this is ARTFIGHT, so I get to experiment and really go ham over... I was doing that in the soft layer. I was doing that in the soft layer. Why? Why? I was doing that in the soft... Did it even work? It didn't even work. Did it? I don't deserve anything. I don't deserve to even be punished by my own punishments, apparently. Okay. Let's undo all of that blush. How much did I mess up? How much did I mess up? The shoulders as well? Okay. Actually, maybe it's gonna be easier to see when I undo the ears. Okay, ears undone. Okay. Okay. Everyone calm down. We have this. We have got this. Okay. Soft for the ears, but just for the ears. Okay, and then we switch to the fucking blush layer if we want to do blush. Oh, that's a lot of blush on the shoulders, actually. Let me reset the shoulders. That's better. Okay. The knees. I had really liked the blush in the knees. Okay, there we go. Now the fingertips. Now the fingertips. Okay, and now everything has been blushed. So what we have... Oh, no. Not everything. Sorry. This deserves a little blush of its own. And now we're gonna start lowering the opacity by like a lot until it looks like a decent amount of blush instead of a diabolical amount of blush. I want it a bit stronger, and I'm gonna erode it from the face only. About 60% I'm liking. For the knees and for the shoulders and for the fingertips. So what I'm gonna do now is manually erode it from here. Oh, but not from the ears, only from the face. Only from here, we're gonna erode it a little bit. And finally, my favorite layer of the skin, the highlights. Finally, we get to the highlights of the skin. Grab the color of the skin, make it even lighter. Now is when we get to 100% value. Well, 99. 99 should be fine. And we do just a couple of highlights here and there. They don't need to be strong. They don't need to be super noticeable. They just add a little bit. They just add a little bit without you even noticing. Little shinies there. Softer. There. A little bit there. A little bit there. This one is going to require some blurring. Actually, this one I'm gonna do with airbrush instead. Oh, but it takes too long to get to the center with airbrush. We can deal with it. And a tiny little bit for the ears. And a tiny little bit for the face. And of course the nose, which we're gonna do with the hard edge. Pure white, hard edge, blur. Maybe that's too little? Yeah. Okay, and that's how I do the skin. No, I want to do more highlights on the legs and stuff. I want to do a couple of highlights on the legs because I didn't do anything in there. I kind of forgot. Kind of forgot they existed. I should be reading the chat. Oh my god. Okay. I have space on my desk. Yeah, you still need to play Borderlands. Maybe one day. Borderlands. He's owner of Tor Company. Weapons from him always pack explosives. Oh, that's why I didn't get it. Oh, okay, I get it now. It looks cool, thank you. I feel like Ellie injected me with her venom because I'm gonna have to head to bed. I'll catch up while watching the VOD when I wake up, so have a nice day, Ellie. Goodbye, Mo. I'm sorry that it took me so long to read this message. Bye. I hope you have a good rest. If you have time, you should draw a starry background with some Kirby crackle. I'm gonna do a starry background, but with a pen. I'm not with a brush. I'm not gonna do stars manually. Fuck that. I'm not gonna. Sleep well, Mo. On a drying rack. Sleeping on a drying rack? Your cat? Oh, you keep the towels on a drying rack. I get it. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome, Elo. Elo. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with me today? Welcome, Leo. Have a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Do not call me worm. You worm. You worm. How dare you call me worm? I'll be honest, I did not end up drawing a meme. I ended up drawing fan art. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a change. I hope that your fan art goes great then. I have nothing against drawing fan art at all, but it's really quite important for me to draw memes right now. Then go back to your memes. Right now. Right now you should be going back to your memes or something. I don't know. I can't put pressure on you because it makes me feel bad. Mashed potatoes, welcome. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Must be case sensitive. Could be. No bugs for Ellie. So even that I messed up. Looks great, so keep it. Thank you. I'm going at it. We can always spin you a bunch instead of bonking, but that's not. I guess it's kind of a punishment. I guess. Why was my multiply layer below the base color layer is a mystery I doubt I will ever solve. Ah, yes, misplaced layers. Not like I know anything about that. Not like that's a very familiar pain or anything. 20 minutes, and by now it's like 15 actually, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I don't know. The whole having to fix the legs things really screwed me over. And that's the skin, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of the entire drawing. We're gonna do white now. And that starts here. We do a little bit darker, a little bit darker. We do this. And this. And we blur the edge. And that's it. We do soft. Soft goes first. So we do a little bit of a soft. It's a bit too dark. Take it to 90. Oh, 95 is the base color. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Which means I need to do my reference shade. I forgot again. I keep on forgetting that I need to draw these reference colors. Or else I lose them and then I do stupid mistakes. Underboob. Torso. And I guess gradient, basic gradient for this part. We do a basic gradient, not this though. We need to be a little bit more careful. We do a little bit of a base gradient. And we do the opposite gradient with a wider white, which would be something like 98 and 4. I don't want to get too crazy with the wider white because then I want to do the highlights. And of course, I need the soft edges here to match the shadows that we already had going on. And there. I really don't like working with white colors. It's very hard to not make it go super off-white while also leaving a lot of space open for you to play with shadows and highlights. Like, it becomes really annoying to try and do shading when your color is white. It sucks that it's such a good color for painting, like character design wise, white is such a great color. But it does suck that like it comes with all these issues. Now I'm gonna do the hard layer. And that should be even rougher. So we're gonna lower it just a smidge more, 90 and 10, just the tiniest bit, because most of the shadows are gonna rely on the hard edge. Like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a bit of a shadow to the bottom here. I'm gonna add shadows there and there. I'm gonna do a little bit of shade here and here. And of course, all of the ruffles need their shades. This is gonna go a little bit slower, so... Hello, Cumbers and Legansis! Hope everyone's doing well. Unfortunately, I'm not in the mood to have any particular social interaction, but I gotta be educated. You got this, Ellie! You can do it! Bye-bye! Safe check as well. Thank you, random guy! I'm sorry that I didn't see your message in time. I hope that your education goes great. I'm sorry that you're having a rough day socially, and thank you so much for stopping by. I know that you're not here anymore, but I'm gonna say all of this just in case you're watching the VOD. And I want you to know that, like, I'm wishing you the best and that I really appreciate you coming. So I hope that your education, whatever you're doing, is going good. And it seems my shading mask has broken and it's now letting me draw outside of what it's supposed to confine the colors to. Oof! Big oof. That's not good. That's not what you want to hear ever. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna add to the soft shading because all of this should be. Not really, but this should be. And we're gonna grab that hard edge again. This does need to be a little bit darker on the bottom. So let's lock it and do a more saturated blue for this bottom right here so that I can see it. Make it a little bit more purple, by the way, so that it matches better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now that I can see what I'm doing, I can refine this shade. I can fill in all the holes. And I can erode it. Actually, I messed up here, so gonna there. And now I can erode it a little bit and blur the edges. Not all of the edges, just a little bit of the edges. I don't like how it's looking, so I'm gonna change the color of the whole thing to be more purple. Add a little bit of that here. Actually, change the whole thing to be more purple. That's being my problem. I think that's gonna be a lot better. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. Oh, that's definitely a lot better. Snowflake, welcome, hello! I haven't seen you here before, so welcome, welcome! I hope you're having a good day. I hope you enjoy whatever time you spend here as well. My piece of meme is more of a fan art. Oh, well, as long as it can still be a meme, right? Like, whatever you wanted to do, whatever you needed to do, as long as you can still achieve it as a sort of meme, should be fine. Okay, so... that's fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So I'm gonna go with the light highlight. And now we finally get to the full white. Oh, full white, have I missed you? Full white there. Full white here. Full white from the edges. Full white on this lapels. Full white on this part of the boobs. Full white on this. And I'm gonna be honest, I know I'm very fully aware that I still have to do the ruffles in the bottom of the skirt. But you know, fam, we're gonna finish that after. Huh. I never replaced all of the shading with this color? Weird. I'm gonna do the shading of the skirt ruffles off stream, because right now I can't even think of how those would look. I wasn't kidding before when I said that I'm kind of burnt out of art. I'm struggling to even think about like what this would be like shaded. So we're gonna do that at some other point. Right now is not the moment. It's not gonna happen. We still have highlights to do. So we have the center of this. Beautiful cone shape. We have... what else? This. And that. A little bit here. And of course, the center of the leg. Oh, no wonder I'm struggling so much. I had it still a low density. Silly me. If I have it in low density, it's never gonna work. Wait, was I in low density when I did the skin highlights? Because those could also be more highlighted, probably. Those could probably be a little bit better. Okay, now we're going. Look at that. Look at that. That difference. Really like it. This could still get a little bit darker on select areas, like here. Like these areas are supposed to be darker. This could have a little bit of a gradient. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, baby. Okay, and now I don't have a lot of time, so I could do the hair or the eyes, but I'm probably not gonna get to both of them. I could also do the gold. But I'm probably not gonna get to all three of those things. The gold is gonna be quick though. And I don't even know if it is supposed to be gold. Wouldn't have to fix the legs if she was a worm, just saying. Or a lamia. She could also be a lamia, not necessarily a worm. But it's not my character, so. You know what I just realized? For the meme that I was going for, I literally just needed to take 2 screenshots and write a little bit of text. Wait, so do it! And then keep going with the drawing, so that way you have a plan that you can fall back upon. I spent an entire day drawing something that would have worked without drawing in the first place, instead of doing the piece that I actually need to draw. No, you can still do both. You can still use whatever you just did. You can recycle it. You can just modify it a little bit and do something different with it. Don't despair. Don't despair. There's still a way. There's still a way to fix it. I promise. I'm gonna do the gold because it's easier. The gold can just have very strong lines. And you can be a bit messy with it. And it works better, actually, if you're messy with it. I still don't even know if it's supposed to be gold, but we're going with it, I guess. A lot of the gold is going to be defined by how I paint the line art anyways. There, that's better. And anything else? Yes, we have this. Which is going to be modified later. And we're gonna add a little bit to these edges as well, because that's just how gold be. It needs to be shinier in the center. It will not look like gold otherwise. Okay. That's looking fairly okay. It's gonna look better when it has highlights, like everything else. I swear, highlights change the entire drawing every time. Like, you think your drawing sucks? Add more highlights. What you need is more highlights. This is too consistent. This needs to be a little bit more messy. Or we can wait until we have the highlights. Highlights. Oh, but with highlights, we're gonna need soft highlights and strong highlights. Because for this one, we're gonna go with an airbrush. Just generally giving it a little bit of a gradient. And same to the stars. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a gradient. On the other side, we're gonna give them a gradient of the darker color, which is not going to be exactly this. There's going to be soft, dark. There's going to be less. Yeah, that's fine. Has to be subtle. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and I try to do it less subtle, and that doesn't work. If it isn't subtle, I'm like throwing my entire game out of the gate. For this area, we need to go a lot darker and a lot redder. Well, not that red. It needs to still be orange. Oh, it's on the bottom. That was a mistake. There, okay. Needs to be a little bit more subtle in this part. And now I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more light in there. And now I'm gonna do the proper highlight. Highlight. Which is gonna be the hard highlight. Which is gonna be this color, but practically white. On the opposite side of the shadows, and sometimes curving around, and sometimes even like right next to the shadows. The thing about gold is that the more chaotic you manage to make it, the more like gold it will look. Except for the edges. The edges are like, oh, that needs to be white against that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There we go. Look at that gold. Look at that gold. The stars could still use a little bit of help, but it's also probably gonna be fine if I just do some random lines and ignore it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it could be better, but it's overall not too bad. If I add a couple of like dark lines as well, it's gonna give it a bit more texture. Yeah, okay. Well, when the line art is colored, it's gonna look different. But, so, I mean, it's good. It's good enough, I would say. Hello, lads. Welcome, Torn Card. I'm sorry that I only just now saw you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. It's almost 11 p.m. I have to go to sleep as much as it pains me for not having finished this. Rancor, it's okay. You'll finish it tomorrow. You'll finish it at some other point. It doesn't matter. It's not that it doesn't matter, but you're going to be... it's going to be fine with whatever you manage to do because you did it. Whatever you manage to do, you do. And doing is already like... you should feel proud. You know what I mean? 2 minutes and the eyes are still undone? Okay, so I'm 9 minutes behind chat. I'm gonna rush. Scorpio the Venus Fly Trap Jester, your name is very long. Hi, welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you here before. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear this because I got to it too late, but welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I did one eye. One eye is good. I mean, if it works with the meme, then it works. Ian Alejandro, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I have an idea for a waifu, and I think you've already commented that, and I googled it. I'm sure that is a type of dinosaur, and I'm sure that's something you've already said before. I'm off to sleep. Good luck, Ellie. Thank you, Rancor. Inkleen, welcome. Hello, Inkleen. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Do we get to make fun of you for not finishing? Unfortunately, yes. As I said before, I didn't think that I was gonna spend half an hour on the fucking legs. It's unfortunate because I was doing so much good progress. Like, the gold is already done. Kind of. Actually, I just realized that I forgot to give this highlights, which is just like there and there, and that's pretty perfect. And you guys want to see the eyes? We've already done eyes before, so this shouldn't be too much of a surprise. The shades that we have for the eyes are this and this. So I'm gonna start with doing the base. I'm going to then grab the other color, do a different layer. This is the base. Do a different layer for the gradient. Clean up that base because I was kind of wonky. Give it a darker gradient. Although this color palette, as nice as it is that it's limited, it's a little bit too limited. I'm gonna make it darker, much darker. Good. I'm gonna grab another layer and do a shine. Not a shine, a lighter, like... I can either do like a circle. Oh, but it needs to be lighter. Which is kind of cute. I could do a circle. And I think I'm vying for circle right now, so I'm gonna leave it at circle. We're gonna do a pupil with this color, whatever is darker there. Gonna make it a lot bigger. Now I'm gonna make sure that they fade in with the gradient. Oh, right, density. I keep forgetting about that. And give even more darkness to the gradient, but only at the very top. Now I'm gonna do a shade shine layer. Grab a purple, make it very bright on the bottom, like this. Do a screen layer, grab an almost white but warmer purple, make a reflection. This is the part that normally gives the eye the most amount of life. But I do need to make it make sense for both eyes, perspective-wise. That's almost right, but it isn't. Yeah, okay, that's better. And now we lower the opacity to like 30–40%. I'm going to erode it a little bit on the center. Just a little bit. And I could add shinies because she is a star themed thing. So we're gonna go luminosity and add just tiny little luminosity. Do I want it in luminosity or do I want it in shine? Because it's not working that well for me right now. I may want it in shine. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. I think I'm going to prefer shine. In the end, I'm going to prefer shine. Give it a little bit of a star texture. We lower the opacity. About 20%. And then above everything else is gonna be the general highlights. And that's where we grab pure white, like the purest of whites. And then we do this. And that's the eyes. The eyes are quick. The eyes are really quick. I could also just do the thingy, but this is gonna have to get redone later. Normally prefer to do a little bit of a contrasting red. Let's see how that would look. I mean, it would look good, but I don't know how... Oh, maybe a golder, like a more orange, kind of like yellow thing to go with the rest of her palette. Yes, I think that would be better. I think that's cute. And then we have one more layer on top of everything that is green, and we go with something that's almost white, and we do this little thingies, this little highlights. And we lower the opacity quite a lot, and those are the eyes. Those are the eyes, and pretty much everything is done except the hair and the skirts. And the boots. Oh god, the stupid boots. The boots. As I was brushing my teeth, it occurred to me I can still hope that memes may not be due this weekend. That would be good for me. I still don't know what exactly you're talking about, but I hope that it isn't, so that you have more time to work on it. So that you can relax a little bit about it and just enjoy it, you know? Because you deserve it. I think I want to remove these shadows. Just let me see if it will look better without them. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I like it more like this. Okay, so now we're missing only the hair and the skirt. For the hair, we're gonna start as always, a soft shadow, then a hard shadow, then a soft light, then a hard light. My system isn't that complicated. I built it on the premises of making decisions is exhausting and you should try to automate your process as much as possible. So, bottoms of the hair, the tips. Here goes the tips. Here goes the tips. This is gonna be annoying though. But here goes the tips. And we have to go in and clean the tips. Oh god, these are gonna be annoying as well. This is gonna be very annoying. So we do have to go in and clean it up. Now we use this to erode it. Okay, and the bangs. I'm gonna do tips, tips, that tippity tip here, and this bangs here. I guess this area though as well. You're also gonna get a little bit darker at the bottom. And of course, this entire area needs to get darker. Where's my stupid... There. That's the beginnings of the hair. That's just like a no nonsense, don't even think about it, just automatic, like, give some depth to the hair. And it could be better, but for it to get better, I'm gonna have to finish it off stream because, yeah, it's been 20 minutes and that's normally what I do, what I give myself a wrap up chat. So today this is the wrap up chat, I guess. Do you think you finished the art this time? I thought I was going to, but I guess we know what we're doing next art stream. No, because I'm so close to finishing this one. I don't have an entire art stream worth of this. Like, considering that I only have to do the hair, the boots, and the skirt, which the skirt is like, is just annoying. Because all I have to do, here, let me show you. All I have to do is grab this, create a shade that I want for the shadows, and then go in like fold by fold and manually color them in. First the ones that are on the bottom, and then a little bit of a darker shade for this one's on top. I guess I'm gonna choose a darker shade. Yeah, I'm gonna need two shades. One for this one's in the bottom, and then something slightly darker for this, just so that it doesn't blend in. Something cooler, maybe? No, because that's too blue. Something warmer, maybe? No, because that's brighter. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a second shade or not. Maybe I'll just saturate it a bit more, just so that it's more different, and so that we have something for this area. And then I'm gonna have to like give it gradients and blend the edges, but overall it's not going to be that interesting. It's just going to be slow and tedious. But all I'm missing is this, the hair, and that's it. Literally. I mean, I guess I do have this, but it's not gonna be, it's like, this is gonna, the boots are gonna take like 5 to 10 minutes at most. The hair, it's not gonna take that long. I assume it's gonna be like an hour tops of extra work. So I don't want to do this next art stream. Next art stream, let's see if I can just do sketches, because at the last minute of the fight, I'm gonna lower my standards so much and just start posting sketches. I need to post more than 5 attacks this year. But hey, I like it. I like where it's going. That counts. That counts, right? That counts. So what's her name? Soren. Her name is Soren. It's not my character again, but it's, you know, it's a character from someone else. Looks better than the original? I don't know. I don't think so. I really like the original. The style is uber cute. It's so adorable. Obviously, they are very, very different styles. Mine is really like detailed, and I always go kind of like a bit crazy on the shading and on the rendering and stuff. I wish I could do it more simple. I wish I could, like, simplify it, but it's just not on me. It's just not on my blood to simplify it. Skirts has some yellow lines. Oh, it does have some lines. I don't know if they're yellow, but it does have some lines. I'm gonna go in later, after I'm done with everything. I'm gonna go in with a lighten, layer and white. So that way, whatever shading I do on top of everything is going to still retain. Like if I go for a lighten layer right now on where? On like the skin or whatever. If I go with last layer, lighten, and I go with a white. Maybe not with a white. Lower opacity, lighten, maybe instead of lighten. Let me check other modes. Screen, could be screen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do screen or overlay. One of those modes that would allow me to just do the line and let it. Eesh, that one is bad. Or this one. Oh, this one is nice. So this is what I'm gonna do for that line. And maybe I'll tint it a little bit. Yellow. Yeah, just like that. I'm gonna do exactly this, but on the skirt. So it's not really gonna take much. It's just gonna be like drawing a line, like boop, 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 you know? Like, let me move it. It's gonna be just like boop, up, boop, there. I'm gonna be able to just do this, basically. And it's gonna retain the effect. So yeah, that's not gonna be too bad. That's not gonna be too bad. But next time I would really like to just try and sketch characters. I would like to grab at least 2 or 3 references and try to sketch them as quickly as I can. Hey Ellie, that drawing looks great. Thank you, Astroman. Thank you so much. I'm practically done. I know that it doesn't feel that way, but yesterday with Mavia, the hair ended up being one of the things that took the least amount of time, that I did the quickest. I've actually been getting much better at the hair, which used to be the part that I hated the most. And now I'm not 100% happy with how I color hair. I'm not really happy with how I color hair, but I'm at a place where I'm happier than I used to be, and at the same time, I'm a lot faster than I used to be with it. So, until I find a very good tutorial that I actually factually think it makes me better at hair, it's a win. It's a win-win. It takes me less, and I like it more than the older way that I used to color. So it's just the way I'm gonna do it, and it's not taking that long lately. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited! I'm excited for the product, but I don't want to keep going at it this next time. And then outside of the stream, I still have to finish this one, which is such a, like, challenge for me. Just getting to this point is already something that was so hard and taught me so much. So very excited for that too. But that being said, I'm gonna go to the wrap up now. I'm gonna go to the wrap up because it's been a while and I need my tea. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I wanna go have merienda. So, oh, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. What am I doing? I'm showing you guys the menu of like the background of this. That's not how you change the scenes, girl. That's how you change the background in VTube Studio. Silly. My brain is fried. As you can probably tell, my brain is absolutely fried. I'm done for the day. I'm so done for today. And I'm gonna try and catch Mavia's stream later, so I'm gonna keep drawing until I go to sleep pretty much. But maybe I'll finish. Probably I'll finish. I don't know, I really feel like resting. I'm just a bit art tired. It's not gonna stop me from moving on with this fight, but I wanna rest. So, I'm gonna go now. Let me catch up with the chat. Let me wrap up. Let me not run away from the stream. It looked yellow from far out. It would look cute yellow. I might make it more yellow than the original because it would look cute. But I'm not gonna go full gold on it because I think that would be changing the design a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Thank you for the headbutt, Leo! Everyone should go visit Mavia for her birthday stream tonight. I'm gonna try to make it. I do have roleplay, technically. But I'm going to tell my table that I'm gonna be like spacey and I'm gonna be like not entirely there so that I can catch at least parts of Mavia's stream. Good job, thank you, nice, thank you. La merienda sagrada mientras no tomes mates con manados de uva, todo bien. ¿Quién toma mates con manado de uva? ¿Qué clase de psicótico toma mates con manado de uva? ¿Qué dije? ¿Qué acabo de decir? ¿Qué acabo de decir? Oh, my freaking tongue is done. May I drop her channel link? Sure. I'm pretty sure everyone here knows Navia, but yeah, go ahead. Sounds like you'll really need that break then. I will. I've never, it's not that I've never drawn this much all the time because last art fight I did draw for pretty much every moment of the day. But, in this time, I'm also coupling it with drawing. Because as I said before, the whole point of art fight is drawing without necessarily having this big weight of expectations, right? But in between this, I've also mixed it in with like drawing other things. Things that I meant to be a certain level of good. And it's like, it's getting me, and also streaming it feels different because it feels like I need to be better and more efficient and educational, or you know, give some sort of value. I hope that it's being educational. I really hope that it feels a bit educational at least, but it definitely feels different. So I wonder if finishing these outside of the stream is gonna feel different, if it's gonna feel a little bit less like burnouty, because I'm wondering if the whole streaming it has been part of why it's getting me so tired of seeing it, looking at it, and seeing its face, seeing the stupid face on this face, you know. But I'll see. We'll discover it later in the next edition of art stream, whenever that happens, which is gonna be next Thursday, actually. Thanks for the stream. Whoa, 2 hours went by fast. Well, you did come in later. You didn't come in at the very beginning, but yeah, 2 hours definitely do go fast every time. I always look at the clock and it's like, holy damn, seriously? That long I've been streaming today? But yeah, it's always a surprise. What else? Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming, Lovella. May I drop her channel link? Bonk. Okay. Why did you bonk me? Why did you bonk me? Leo, why? On the next exciting episode of Lamia fumbling with arts. Yep. Lamia fumbling with arts, the most exciting program in the network, in the entire network. Okay, but seriously, thank you guys for coming. I'm very happy with the way that this is looking. I think my rendering has been getting a lot better, and I hope that you guys can see a distinct difference between like this and whatever the first thing I ever drew on stream was. I hope that you can notice a lot of improvement. I bonk you because yes, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for the stream, Ellie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the stream. Be well. You too. Be well, everyone. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being your awesome self. Don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed it, and of course, don't forget to stretch and drink water and eat nutritiously and try to sleep 7 to 9 hours. But most important of all, be kind to yourself and others. All right. Take care, my snake shifters. Bye bye.